Okay, good morning, grade 7. This is how I want your debate to work. I know you've been working on getting information, so let's have a little look at what we've got here. I've just done a little document for you here to try to clarify what's going on. Now you know that you've been divided into teams. Here's the, right? The teams are groups of 2 or 3 people. Each team is specialising in a specific metal. I've given you the metals that you've been working with, so you should have done quite a bit of research. But let's have a look at an example how it's going to work with the debate. So let's imagine we've got 2 people. Felipe and Letitia are assigned plutonium, all right? And Napoleon and Josephine are assigned sodium. So there's 2 different teams here with different metals, and they need to know all about the metals. So the teams, first team, I'd say both teams. Both teams, let's just change it. Whoa, what happened there? Both teams need to know all about their metals, also their metals, right? So they research why society needs the metal, why they're digging it out of the ground in the first place, where it's usually found, how it's mined, what do they have to do to mine it, and how it's extracted, what do they have to do, and anything that's associated, all the problems associated with extraction. This could be waste, it could be toxic chemicals, it could be just destroying the environment. Right? So this is our premise, in other words, what we've decided. A factory is going to be constructed. All right, this is a factory, and this factory is going to do 2 things. It's going to mine and extract the metals. So the factory for mining and extraction, I'm going to say the metal here, I'm going to change plutonium to the metals, would take place on the outskirts of a town called Elementon. Right? So how do the residents about the town feel? Well, they're going to consider all of these things, aren't they? They're going to consider these factors up here and why they're important. The very first factor here, why does society need it? Well, it might be very useful in society. It might be used an awful lot in society. It might have some very specialised uses in society. It might make a lot of money for people in society. Metals have got all sorts of different uses, so that's something that needs to be considered when we're looking at these up here. So how do the residents feel? Well, residents have got different things that drive them, obviously. Residents need to work. So having a factory there could produce employment, but residents might not like sound if the mining process is very noisy. It could be a very noisy, it could be a very dirty factory. There's lots of possibilities here, which is why we need to research this to find out how the residents are likely to feel of a town if they're going to have a mine put on their doorstep. How does the mayor of the town feel? Well, the mayor of the town looks for the best things for his town. And the town needs money, it needs employment, but it also needs to be clean and safe. So the mayor is involved with the safety and well-being of the town. If he's a good mayor, safety and well-being of the residents and town. Okay, so the mayor's got slightly different things that motivate him from the residents themselves. Residents care about their families, about the safety, but they also care about work. They need to work. How does an environmentalist who may or may not live in the town feel? Well, what does an environmentalist want to? Well, an environmentalist wants everything clean. Wants to make sure that it's a clean town, wants to make sure that it's sustainable, wants to make sure that we're not going to damage the environment. That's what environmentalists do. They look for protection of the environment, and all of their arguments are based around protecting the environment. What about the industrialist? Well, the industrialist who's building the factory and selling the metal, well, he wants to make money, doesn't he? He doesn't really care about these other things up here. He wants to make money. He wants to look good as well. He wants people to think that he's a benevolent person, and he's going to provide employment for people. So he's going to help the town get wealthy. And if the town gets wealthy, then maybe they'll get better hospitals, maybe they'll get better facilities. So the industrialist has got money as his main driver, but also money is a good leverage tool. So these are the characters that I want you in your debate, or right before your debate, I want you to prepare how each of these characters would give their arguments in a debate. And remember, these are the factors that we're thinking about here, which are important. And what about the debate itself? Well, the debate itself, you're going to debate against other teams in your class, and you'll be told who you are. That means who you are in terms of the resident, the mayor, the environmentalist, or the industrialist. So you have to have all of your arguments prepared here, because you might be, for example, Felipe and Letitia are told that they're a resident, and Napoleon and Josephine are told that they're a resident. Now these two have got different metals, so both of them are going to argue from the point of view of a resident in the town, but both of them are going to argue that their metal is better for the town. They debate which metal, in other words which factory, would be better for themselves as residents. They're going to give their arguments and counter arguments. And when they give their arguments and counter-arguments, they should consider economic, environmental, social, ethical, political issues. Now, economic, like I said, money; environmental, damage to the environment, poison, water, the water table, does chemicals get into the drinking water? Social, well, working, facilities, hospitals. Ethical, well, is it right to put something on people's doorsteps that could cause them damage and harm? Political issues. Well, political issues, the mayor is involved with making sure that the town goes forward as a healthy, constructive town. Now we're going to do the debate on a web platform. We haven't decided quite which web platform we're going to do it on. It looks like it's going to be one called Padlet. Alright, and when we do it on Padlet, you'll be able to present your arguments for and against. One group will present an argument for, the other group for their metal, the other group will give a counter argument, and we will give sort of 10 minutes per team to debate. Okay, I hope this clarifies the task that I've asked you to do. Remember, this is what we're aiming for. We're aiming for a debate where your teams are going to debate each other. The first two teams might debate their residents. The second two teams might debate from the point of view of industrialists. Do you understand? I hope you do understand. If you don't, well, there'll be a chance you can ask me further questions, but I'm going to post this document onto your website so that you can read it again, or you can watch this video again. Okay, good luck. Bye now.